again, my name is Taylor, and I'm filling in today. Going to read, hopefully, 4 stories. And I'm going to start because I am not an Atlanta artist. I am an Atlanta law student. We're going to start through the Constitution of the United States for all those little kiddos out there. No, I'm kidding. We are going to start with Is Your Mama a Llama? By Stephen Kellogg, or written by Deborah Guarino and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Is your mama a llama? Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. She hangs by her feet, and she lives in a cave. I do not believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you are right about that. I think that your mama sounds more like a... Anybody? Bat! Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I don't think a llama has all of those things. Oh, I said, you don't need to go on. I think that your mama must be a swan. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass, and she likes to say, moo. I don't think that is what a llama would do. Oh, I said, I understand now. I think that your mama must be a cow. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. She's got flippers and whiskers and eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite in that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. She's got big hind legs and a pocket for me, so I don't think llama is what she could be. Oh, I said, that is certainly true. I think that your mama's a kangaroo. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears, long lashes and fur. And you, of all people, should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas, 'cause you are one too. Yes, you are right, I said to my friend. My mama's a llama. And this is the end. All right, next up we have, and I'm going to shift the camera down just a smidge. We have one of my favorites from when I was a kid, Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I am Sam. There he goes. Sam, I am. That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you like them in a house Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you, could you, in a car? Eat them, here they are. I would not, could not in a car. You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car, you let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, would you on a train? Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car, Sam, let me be. I would not, could not, in a box. I could not, would not, with a fox. I will not eat them with a mouse. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Say, in the dark? Here in the dark? Could you in the dark? I would not, could not in the dark. Would you, could you, in the rain? I would not, could not in the rain, not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. You do not like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. Could you, would you with a goat? I would not, could not with a goat. Would you, could you on a boat? I could not, would not on a boat. I will not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You do not like them, so you say. Try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them. You will see. And then he looks askance. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam I am. And I would eat them in a boat, and I would eat them with a goat. And I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They are so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here and there. Say, I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. The end. And then the next one we have is our daughter's favorite character, Pooh's Bad Dream, from the My Very First Winnie the Pooh collection. Winnie the Pooh stood back and admired his work. "Oh, 10 new pots of honey," he sighed happily. "Very nice," said Tigger. "Just make sure that horrible Heffalump doesn't eat them tonight." The horrible Heffalump? Asked Pooh. He the greedy gobbler, said Tigger. You've seen him? Asked Pooh. No, said Tigger, but it's even worse when you don't see him. You can't be too careful when a Heffalum's sneaking around. I'll be careful, said Pooh. Growled Tigger bravely. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Good night, Tigger. Pooh locked his door. His house seemed big and empty. He climbed in bed and pulled his quilt up over his nose, and he stayed that way for a long time. Horrible Heffalump, he thought, must keep watch. He watched and he watched and he watched until he couldn't keep his eyes open any longer. Then, suddenly, his house shook like thunder. Brrr. A big red Heffalump crashed through the door. He broke dishes and toppled the lamps. He stomped to Pooh's cupboard and guzzled up 3 pots of honey. Oh! Cried Pooh. The Heffalump turned and looked at Pooh with his horrible green eyes. He snuffled him with his long blue snout. Ho, ho, he said. Now I'm going to eat you. The Heffalump scrunched a honey pot down over Pooh's head. Cried Pooh. He jumped out of bed. He reached up to pull the pot off his head, but the pot was gone. The Heffalump was gone too. Where is he hiding? Pooh wondered. He was afraid to look. He ran to Piglet's house as fast as he could. Help! Help! A horrible Heffalump is hiding in my house, puffed Pooh. Hef? Who? Asked Piglet, rubbing his eyes. A Heffalump! Hurry! Piglet had no time to think. If he had had time to think, he certainly would not be rushing out in the night to help Pooh find a horrible Heffalump. Come out, Heffalump, cried Pooh. Piglet grabbed Pooh's broom and held it high over his head. Pooh, asked Piglet, who had finally had time to think, what will we do with the Heffalump when we find him? Pooh thought and thought and thought. Think. Maybe we should go get Christopher Robin, suggested Pooh. Maybe we should go get Christopher Robin, suggested Piglet. Good thinking, said Pooh. Christopher Robin was in bed when they arrived. Poor Pooh, he said. You must have had a bad dream. Heffalumps aren't real. He was real, said Pooh. I felt him snuffle me with his blue snout. He said he was going to eat me. If there is a Heffalump in your house, then Piglet and I will help you find him, said Christopher Robin stoutly. We will? Yes, we will, said Piglet. Together, they mounted an expedition to find the horrible Heffalump and chase him from Pooh's house forever. They looked under Pooh's bed. They looked behind his mirror. They lifted the tablecloth and peered under the table. They opened his cupboard. All 10 pots stood side by side, just as Pooh had left them. Pooh scratched behind his ear. It must have been a dream, but why did it seem so real? Dreams can seem real, said Christopher Robin, but they happen only in your mind. Oh, said Pooh, but if I was asleep, how could my mind be making up a Heffalump? Every night when your body sleeps, your brain stays awake part of the time, said Christopher Robin. That's when you're dreaming, cried Piglet. Right, said Christopher Robin. Usually dreams are nice, or they're just boring, and you forget them as soon as you wake. But if you're especially tired or worried about something, then sometimes a dream turns into a bad dream or nightmare. I was a little worried, said Pooh, thinking of what Tigger had said, and so sleepy. But Piglet tucked Pooh in bed. What if my brain brings the Heffalump back? Asked Pooh. It's your dream, said Christopher Robin. You're in charge. If he comes back, just look him in the eye and say, Heffalump, go away. Heffalump, go away. Heffalump, go away. Go, Pooh repeated until at last he was fast asleep again. Piglet and Christopher Robin tiptoed out. Then, suddenly, Pooh's house shook like thunder. Brrr. A big red Heffalump stomped right up to Pooh's bed. Ho, ho, he boomed. Heffalump, go. "Ah!" tried Pooh. The heffalump was muddled. "What?" he asked. "Go away," said Pooh huskily. The heffalump stopped. His lip began to tremble. Tears came to his eyes. "What's wrong?" asked Pooh. "I I just wanted a little snack, that's all," said the heffalump. "And now you're sending me away." Pooh began to feel sorry he had been so rough with the heffalump. "I'm feeling a bit rumbly in my tumbly too," he said. "Would you like to share a pot of honey?" The big heffalump looked rather silly sitting in Pooh's little chair, but he didn't seem to mind. This time, Pooh and the heffalump dreamed a sweet dream together. And that is the 15 minutes, but I wanted to read 4 stories. So we're going to finish with a 4th story from this book from when my wife Sophia was a kid, the Random House Book of Bedtime Stories. And we are going to do Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, which is retold by Gillian Kelly. There were once 3 bears who lived together in a little house in the woods. There was great big Papa Bear, medium-sized Mama Bear, and teeny tiny Baby Bear. One morning, Mama Bear cooked up a steaming hot batch of porridge. She poured a great big serving into Papa Bear's bowl, a medium-sized serving into her own bowl, and a teeny tiny serving into Baby Bear's bowl. But the porridge was much too hot to eat right away, so the 3 bears headed off for a walk in the woods while it cooled. Now, at that very moment, a little girl with long golden braids was also taking a walk in the woods. Her name was Goldilocks. As she walked, she came to the house of the 3 bears. Goldilocks knocked on the door, and when there was no answer, she decided to walk right in. Which is not what you should do when you knock on a door and nobody answers. The first thing Goldilocks saw was the 3 bowls of steaming hot porridge. She was very hungry, for her walk had been a long one. So she decided to take just a little taste. First, Goldilocks tried the porridge in Papa Bear's big bowl. "Ooh," she said, dropping the spoon. "This porridge is much too hot for me." Then she tried the porridge in Mama Bear's medium-sized bowl. "Brrr," she said, making a face. "This porridge is much too cold for me." And finally, she tried the porridge in Baby Bear's teeny tiny bowl. "Ah," she said with a smile, "this porridge is just right." And she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks walked into the living room and found a great big chair, which was Papa Bear's chair. She climbed up onto it, but quickly climbed back down again. "This chair is much too big for me," she said as she slid down to the floor. So she then climbed up onto Mama Bear's medium-sized chair, but just as quickly climbed down from this one, saying, "This one is much too hard for me." Finally, she tried Baby Bear's teeny tiny chair and was quite pleased with how well she fit, when crunch! It cracked and fell to pieces. After Goldilocks had gotten herself up again, she yawned and decided to take a nap. So she went upstairs and found the bear's bedroom. First she climbed up onto Papa Bear's bed. "This is much too high for me," she said as she peered way down at the floor far below. Next she tried Mama Bear's bed, but it was much too soft. So finally she tried Baby Bear's teeny tiny bed, which was teeny, neither too high nor too soft. "This bed is just right for me," she said, and she snuggled under the covers and fell fast asleep. Not long after that, the 3 bears headed home, for they were hungry and wanted to eat their cooled-off porridge. As soon as they walked in the door, they could see that someone had been in their house. Someone has been eating my porridge," said Papa Bear in a great booming voice. "And someone has been eating my porridge," said Mama Bear in her medium-sized voice. "And someone has been eating my porridge," squeaked Baby Bear in his teeny tiny baby voice. "And they have eaten it all up." So the 3 bears decided to sit down and think about this. First, Papa Bear went to his great big chair and saw that the cushion was not as straight as he always left it. "Someone has been sitting in my chair," he bellowed in an even bigger Papa Bear voice than usual. Then Mama Bear went to her medium-sized chair and saw that the cushion was all squashed down. "And someone has been sitting in my chair," she added in her medium-sized Mama Bear voice. And finally, Baby Bear went to his teeny tiny chair, and he let out a shriek. "Ah! Someone has been sitting in my chair!" he cried, "and they've broken it all to pieces!" By now, the three bears were quite worried, and thought they had better look upstairs as well. So Great Big Papa Bear went to look at his bed, and saw that the pillow had been knocked down onto the floor. "Someone has been sleeping in my bed," he thundered in his Great Big Papa Bear voice, and Mama Bear saw that the cover on her bed had been partly turned down. "And someone has been sleeping in my bed," she added in her medium-sized Mama Bear voice. But most surprised of all was teeny tiny Baby Bear, who piped up in his teeny tiny Baby Bear voice, "And someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is!" Just at that moment, Goldilocks woke up out of a deep sleep, and when she saw the Great Big Papa Bear and the medium-sized Mama Bear and the teeny tiny Baby Bear all standing by the bed, staring down at her, she leaped out of the bed and bounded straight through the window to the ground below. Now, she must not have hurt herself, for she got up quickly and ran all the way home, faster than she had ever run before, and never saw the three bears again. And as for the bears, they fixed up their home and went about their lives just as they had before. But every so often, they thought of the little girl with the long golden braids, and how quickly she had leaped from the bed to the window and off through the woods, never to be seen again. The end. And that's all the stories for today, children. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you parents out there were able to get at least a 22-minute break. I know how valuable those are. Stay safe out there and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.